Do you
I like to go to the Comedy Store
Oh
and,
yeah.
all the time, like out here, because I think that's really cool to watch them in that process. And I've seen like a couple people a couple times, and you see them tweaking it, and I think that's pretty cool.
But I back it up with an hour and 15 minutes of strong stuff. See that so I can fail.
Do you
But yeah, it's interesting because you don't have that like lab, so to speak, that like,
Right.
whereas like these comedians can go to like the Improv or the Laugh Factory or, Comedy Store, you have to try it like at each gig.
Yeah.
So that sounds even more challenging.
Yeah, I mean, I could go to the Vermont Comedy Club. There's a comedy club. I'm actually an investor there, Jason, but I know those folks. I could go there, but you get 5 minutes, Karina. Yeah, you're right. So it's all you get. So yeah, and these guys and girls can go to they go, the Jon Stewart, they'd go to the Comedy Store, and then they'd get on the subway and go to the Dangerfields, and then go back into the 11 o'clock show. Yeah, man, they're getting that stuff honed fast. So yeah, especially now, I don't have a show. I got a show the 16th, and then I have a show the 25th.
Where?
And, the 16th is on my truck, my Mack truck shows. I have a Mack truck now, and it's outside. It's a benefit for the Highgate Library, so that's in Highgate. You'll see it on Facebook. It'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
And then the 25th is in Guildhall. You know where Guildhall is? It's in the
Sounds
Kingdom.
familiar.
It's in the Kingdom, up by Lancaster, New Hampshire. In fact, we shot Stranger in the Kingdom. We shot the courtroom stuff up in Guildhall. That was back. I was 38 years old, and that's where I worked with Martin Sheen, right in that place. But anyway, so I have those two, and I'm constantly, not constantly, because I don't have to do it constantly now. But today I called a farm stand in Sheldon. They've had me appear there for the last 3 summers. I just come up with my guitar they have a client day. But now I said, hey, can I bring my truck up and do a show there? I'll produce it. And, all the farm stand people will be, so there it is. So I'm going to do that one. Smuggler's Nuts Distillery. They make spirits. They're another sponsor. I'm going to do my truck show out behind their place in Jeffersonville. So it's constantly producing. Most of the work is the producing, obviously. It's like when you're making a movie.
So everything you do it's all live. Like it's not like somebody also films it and puts it on video or something.
No, I had a buddy lived here. He's in his mid-30s for a year and a half, and he was going with me, and it was great. And I could do this myself too. And he would shoot me on stage, and then I'd put 17 seconds of that on Instagram and stuff. And that was pretty good. And I could set up my camera and do that too. But I'm very content with the model I have now. And I do the Instagram stuff and everything, but you notice if you watch my Instagram, I'm not funny. I'm just myself, and people don't mind that. But yeah, it's mostly
people. Well, when you're on Instagram, I mean, I've seen a lot of them. You're just talking, but people already want to know you, so it's a sort of celebrity talking on Instagram is what it is. So of course,
right, and I know a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When I do live, hey Jason, and then I always say, so Jason's a guy I worked with. He's a filmmaker and a musician. He's got a family, and and he's a cool guy, and blah blah blah, whatever. And so I talked to, and then a story will come up. I actually ate worms on it, yeah. So it's just, I mean, I'm not a genius sitting here saying, it's amazing what folks will watch, but I'm always. It's like when I first started out, I said, I'm not a Vermonter. Somebody, a really well-known Vermonter who's in the business said, don't let people know you're not a Vermonter. I drove home from that meeting with him. He's a mentor. And I said, no, I'm going to go the other way. I can't be doing that. That's stolen valor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds like the right call, because then if somebody finds out that and they really care about that, then that is like a breach of trust. So
yeah, honesty's best, definitely.
And this guy didn't know this thing would have that much legs. He thought maybe I was going to do 17 shows, but so it made more sense.